All right. And we are live. Welcome to In the Yugioh. Our two viewers, please don't be shy and tell us your names in the live chat so we can shout you out for being one of the first people here to listen to us rant for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Anyway, I am Casual Card Gamer Jello. With me is JC Theater YGO and our special guest this week, fifth rate duelist Zara Khan. How
Hey.
how are you guys? How has your week been?
Well, I'm currently trying to buy the new Dark Magician Girl. Um, so forgive me. I am going to be a little distracted. But why don't you talk, JC? Why don't you say what's up with you?
Yeah.
This week has been pretty good. Personal life wise, it's like the second week of the new semester. College is very interesting right now because of the pandemic and everything being all online and everything. I already got my Lost Art Dark Magician Girl, so that's why I'm not currently buying one. But yeah, that's been my week. That happened this week also is when I got my Lost Art.
That's
How
nice.
was yours, Jello?
My week was pretty pretty topsy turvy. I started the week feeling okay, and then I got a fever halfway through, and my boss was paranoid, so I had to go get tested for COVID again. And
Oh my
I
God.
came back negative last night, like yesterday afternoon. So it's all good. I just have a really bad problem with my health. I get sick all the time, and it's just like right now it's just bad because everyone thinks the second I cough that I'm gonna kill them with something. But yeah,
Yeah.
um, and I have the same frustrations that Zara's having right now in relation to Dark Magician Girl because I just spent $80 on one. So
Yes.
yeah.
I
Uh
just I just dropped. I just
yeah.
finished the order, so now I can concentrate on this podcast.
All right. And
Yeah.
right now we have Tario Frost in the live chat. What is up, Tario? Thank you for always being there. He's always there. You know, like
Awesome.
I believe every show he's dropped by at least for a couple of minutes, and even during my solo streams he always drops by for a couple of minutes, says hello, and then pieces out because he has to go to work the next day. Hopefully you can stay a little longer tonight because tomorrow is Labor Day. I don't know if it's Labor Day for you guys in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Yes. All
Labor
right.
Day
So
for sure.
finally, another holiday that we all share. But yeah,
Yes.
hopefully you guys can stay with us the whole time. And yeah, so this week we are talking about our special guest, fifth rate duelist, getting to know her a little more because we do think that not all of our audiences sort of overlap. So, we want to be able to, get everybody to know you a little better. We're going to be talking
Yeah.
about Dragons of Legend, the complete series that'll be dropping next week, which has already sort of been leaked as of, I believe, this morning. And, just hopes and dreams for the future of this game and our wallets, because that's really all we really care about. And anyway, is there anything you would like to add, Zara?
Well, so you know, I am a stand-up comedian, and so I make mediocre jokes on Twitter that occasionally blow up. And today I posted about how Konami should also adopt a character limit on their Yu-Gi-Oh cards of 140 characters. And like, I felt like it was pretty obvious that I was joking,
Yeah.
but a bunch of people jumped at me and were like, some were really rude. They're just like,
I
this is the
saw.
dumbest thing I've ever heard of. And I'm just like, okay. And then they're like, that's a bad idea. We should do this. It's like, all right, I'll forward that on to Konami, who's clearly reading my Twitter and looking for ideas for a game that most people don't even go on Twitter for. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So,
Yeah.
one dude apologized though.
Mhm.
He like DM'd me and he's like, "I'm so sorry," and I was thinking of trolling him and being like, I'll only accept your apology if you beat me in a duel, but I was like, I don't want to interact with this guy anymore, so I just
Yeah.
dropped it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Uh,
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I just want to say, I'm glad I keep, I guess, my Twitter bubble nice because I saw people, replying to that tweet today on my timeline, and they were like actually giving like options for that, like. So I didn't see any of the negative ones, but I think my mind jumps to how Magic the Gathering has a bunch of like keywords that kind of encapsulate a much longer effect. That
Oh,
could
yeah.
work, but I do
Yeah.
understand. I got that it was mainly a joke and stuff, but I noticed a lot of people, both sides of the aisle, negative or positive,
Yeah.
took it quite seriously. So I guess that may be a problem for certain people.
Yeah.
With the length.
Yeah, I
What
saw a
can I say?
retweet. I saw a retweet of your original tweet. It was one of those quotes, he just like says one of those. It was one of the negative ones. I'm like, yo, you need to chill. Not everybody wants to take out a magnifying glass and then read what one monster does. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I never opened my Endymion structure decks. I have. Oh, give me a sec.
The man himself. I don't know the camera quality or resolution, but yeah.
See, three still sealed. I have never opened them because the second I started reading the deck lists, I got past I never got past Endymion himself. So I'm like, oh no, I'm good.
Oh yeah. If
Yeah.
I came back during pendulums, I would not have gone back into the game. I'd be like, this is too much reading. I cannot remember all this stuff, and like it's so intimidating because whenever you're playing against someone new and a deck you haven't seen, you have like 40 cards.
Yeah.
And at least half of them you probably don't know anything about, so you're reading and then you have to remember everything, and it's just really overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so I mean, there are some people that love pendulums, by which I
Mhm.
mean there's one guy who really loves pendulums
Yeah.
and like really talks about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad I came in for licks.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't think I would have come back for pendulums. But before we move on, I'd like to just shout out Scapegoat, Golden Nova, hello, meow, and Delilah just threw a paper ball at him. So I don't know if that means that she's just coming in to watch as well, or she's telling him that they have to do something. But welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. And just as a side, because I come from Cardfight Vanguard, if either of you have ever played that before. It's another TCG. It's a lot more popular in Asia, and I started playing TCGs in Asia a lot more when I was living there. But what they do with a lot of their clauses is instead of having a sentence, they just have symbols to just to show like once per turn, or if this is put in a certain place. I don't know how well you guys will be able to. Let me see how close I can get. Nope, I'm focusing my camera the wrong way. Okay, so
Okay,
each
it's starting.
yeah. Okay,
Okay,
so each
yeah,
of
we can
these
see it.
each of these symbols, like corresponds to a sentence, and then this is like a whole clause by itself. So it's like it does. This is the problem with using vintage lenses; they don't autofocus. But yeah, it really does make the card a lot easier to read because all you need to look at is like, okay, how many times can I activate this and blah 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 this and blah 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 that. But yeah. Anyway, let's see. The chat is cooking. So another DDD, and I don't really do anything with pendulums. Oh yeah, I really wanted to make a DDD deck, but pendulums scare me.
Yeah, they go over my head.
Yeah.
I still don't know what they do.
It's like that one. It's like that one subject in school, right? Like you have links that are like history and other types of summoning that are all these different types of subjects, and you have like for me it was PE because I was the small Asian kid all the time. Yeah. Gym scared me as a child, and that's what pendulums does to me. And Delilah says she has to throw stuff at Golden Nova. It's the tsundere in her, and she's also here to support Fifth Rate. Aw, Sweet.
You're so sweet.
Yes,
I love
and
Delilah.
that's
She's like
awesome.
the best freaking girlfriend. Like, did
I
you
know.
see?
I watched the yeah.
She made a video for her boyfriend and kept it all secret and like collected all these people to say nice things about him, including his favorite Yugituber who
Yeah.
appeared in the video. And I was just like, dude, you better like marry her or something. I know it's kind of awkward because you're in the chat. And
Yeah.
this is gonna lead to awkward conversations. But seriously, do not let that woman go.
Definitely. I second the motion. So, Nova,
And she plays
if you're still here.
Yes, that's also very important. That's
Yes.
just a bonus.
Yeah. Gotta have that second player, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Against the internet. every
Yeah.
time.
definitely. But yeah, I don't wanna drag us out too long because I do have a 2-episode streak of dragging us way longer than we're supposed to be on for. So let's.
Oh yeah, I'll just leave.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Please
sorry.
don't. Please don't. But yeah, let's get to know you a little more. JC and I sent you questions just to make sure that they were all a-okay to ask you on stream, and I believe you a-okay'd them.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I don't really
Alright.
remember them, but
Okay.
one jumped out as inappropriate.
All
And
right.
I've been asked some pretty weird things. You
Yeah.
guys seem okay.
All right. Perfect. We seem okay, JC. So let's be okay. All right. So JC, you can start because your questions are a lot better than mine.
Thank you. I don't believe so. I will say I am a communication major. I love Sean Evans on Hot Ones and stuff like that. So I really took this as a way to bolster my resume a little bit with interviewing. So my first
Okay.
question, Zara, is in November of 2019, you made your first tweet on Rate Duelist Twitter account. You made this as an outlet, so that way you could have like a little Yu-Gi-Oh side of things, you know, separate from Mentally Muslim, your main comedian/brand account on Twitter. I noticed over time, especially as you mentioned, sometimes your tweets blow up a little bit. You've been almost very quickly become a pillar in the Yu-Gi-Oh Twitter community in a sense, with your comedy being very well taken by the majority. Of course, the vocal minority says otherwise with certain things, like those people with your latest tweet. But ultimately, I noticed you mentioning how like bad the healthcare system is in America. Like you go a little more personal on this Twitter account and stuff like that. And I noticed you doing streaming now and posting openings and stuff like that on your ZaraCon YouTube channel. Do you see yourself mixing Yu-Gi-Oh and your professional comedy career more in the future, or do you want to keep them separate? I know you do make parts of your set are Yu-Gi-Oh jokes, but do you ever see them kind of colliding, or even the Yu-Gi-Oh one taking off and being a majority of your time spent?
Dude, I would love to just stop posting on Mentally Muslim and only post Yu-Gi-Oh jokes, but like, I kind of already have the account and like I have enough followers that you can't just like delete it and not feel bad about yourself. But yeah, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is becoming like more and more like integrated into my life. Like I'm playing the game a lot more. I'm streaming, as you talked about. I'm making videos and stuff like that, and so it's just something that I found to be very enjoyable and something that makes me feel really good. And I feel like I have a different take, whereas everyone else is really serious and I am just like not serious. So like everyone has their pack openings where they're all serious and talking about the money and whatever, and I'm just like messing around, being like, I think this is worth $30, and it ends up being $3. Like I'm not taking it seriously. So I think I will talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, definitely in my stand-up, but I gotta joke about other things too, because unfortunately, if people don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh is, then they don't really get the jokes. And so it's kind of a tricky situation. But I'd say I'd probably like integrate them more. Yeah, I would say I do like my Rate Duelist Twitter account way better. I like did this thing where like it was like no leftists under 1,000, and then you know, you follow people and you follow back. So I did that on my other account, And so I like got all these followers, but they're all really weird people, and I'm just like if I post stuff, they say weird things, and they DM me, and it's just weird. So at least with Yu-Gi-Oh, if they're being weird, it's kind of like, oh, you guys are just Yu-Gi-Oh players,
It's
so that like
expected. Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
We're a weird bunch.
Yeah, there's some weird comments and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll probably integrate them. It is kind of hard because like there's is a stigma around Yu-Gi-Oh. So like for instance, when I'm with my comic friends at an open mic and I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, they like crack up because they're just like, isn't that a kid's game? And like I was talking about getting bullied in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene, which I felt was like pretty relatable. Most comics have gotten bullied or are bullies, I don't know. And so everyone started laughing, and I was like, "What's so funny?" The guy raised his hand. He's like, "So how old was this person bullying you?" And I was like, "God damn it, he was 25." I made sure to ask because I knew someone would think that he's a child. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll just take it as it goes. So yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, good question.
Thank you. I tried. Like I prefaced it. I tried with this. Jello, do you want to ask so we like kind of ping back and forth so I don't blow through my questions?
Okay.
All right.
Before we go through the questions, I have to address something that's an elephant in my room, a blue-eyed white dragon in my room. Is that JC looks like this guy in the comedy scene who caused me so much pain. This guy freaking like went at me and tried to ruin my career. Like he really didn't like me. And like it was subtle at first. Like we were in the same group chat and he would take jabs at me. And then I like pulled him aside in person and I was like, "You have a problem with me?" And he's like, No, I don't. And then he did have a problem with me, and he went on stage and just said terrible things about me.
He was just insecure.
Yeah. So anyway, you look like him. So like, we're gonna have to figure out a way to like get through this because I'm like semi-triggered right now just looking at. And you sound like him too, which is and like maybe it's just racist because like maybe I think all white guys look the same. Like maybe that's what's going on or something like that. But anyway, I'm sure you're good. Your question was good, but I just had to get that out there.
Yeah, I blame the quarantine, lack of haircut, and like I do generically, the white guy, brunette, like it's a look that is definitely a thing. So it's okay. I'll try not to be mean or anything. So hopefully, maybe in the future, the next white guy you see, you'll remember me being nice instead of that guy being evil. That's the goal with this, hopefully.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Change the association. Right. All right. So moving on. So just as a heads up, I had the hardest time thinking of questions to ask because I felt like JC's were so good. I'm like I had no idea, how to keep the questions at level. But this is my first one. So all of us have phases that see us leave the game, come back, and pick it up again. What caused your hiatus, and what made you start playing the game again? And how different is the landscape of the game now compared to before you took the break?
Okay, so I played 7 years ago, and yeah, it was just because I watched the show. I was like really into the show when I was a kid and in college and stuff like that, and I loved the Break series. Little Karibo, I just freaking loved it. That I wanted to play the game, and so I just started going to some shops, and like some places were weird and other places were okay. And I had my Merrick structure deck with me, so I had my Gravekeeper's card, and I was also running my own eBay business selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards at the time, which was like really tiring. So all I did was I played Yu-Gi-Oh. I didn't have a job at the time. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I did my eBay business. So naturally, my parents were very proud of me at that time. And then after that, I don't really remember what made me quit. I just remember one day I was like tired of the eBay business and stuff, so I just sold all my cards, and I guess I stopped going to the shop. but I didn't want to like give it up, so I just held on to the cards. And then last fall, a little less than a year ago, I found my cards and I wanted to play, and so I was playing with some comics who kind of knew the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to a shop, and the store owner asked some guy to explain the new rules to me, like pendulum and links, and it took he talked without pause for 90 minutes, just explaining everything to me, and I was just like, okay. And like, I really think that I wouldn't have gotten into it, but my Gravekeeper deck was actually like really good at the time against Thunder Dragons, Orcus, and Salamangreat, and kind of Sky Strikers, even though they can get rid of Necro Valley really easily. So I was able to do okay and sometimes win. And then that got me more comfortable with the game and the new rules and everything like that. But it was like kind of a shock. I was just like, what do you mean Monster Reborn is not forbidden? That's such a strong card.
Yeah.
To me, Monster Reborn was strong. And then I found out that every freaking archetype has its own Monster Reborn somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that was like kind of wild. And then I picked up Salamangreat, and that was really hard because like it was hard to remember all the combos, and like a lot of times we would go to time because it would take so long to like figure out what to do, and so I got like a bunch of draws a lot of the time, and so that I stopped having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then pandemic happened. I didn't play for a couple months, and then I saw that Cyber Dragon stuff has been reprinted, and it was a lot cheaper, and I just really wanted to play Cyber Dragons for a long time, so I started playing it, and I had a lot of fun. And then now I play all the time. So
Awesome.
that's my Yu-Gi-Oh journey. But I think it helps that I have people I can play online with, like on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I can play with people, and you know, I made new friends. You know, like Delilah and Tracy Cakes and Alexis and things like that. So that helped a lot.
That's cool. That's nice.
I will say this is unscripted, but you brought up something, Delilah, Tracy Cakes, Alexis, and you guys are the ones I like follow the closest on Twitter and stuff and see the most of. But I've noticed like almost like a female renaissance in the Yu-Gi-Oh community in a way. Like it's very beautiful to see, like with like the Harpy Sisters like podcasts and stuff like that, and just in general, like kind of finally calling the BS on all the years of male dominance in the game and stuff. So I don't know. I just it's good to see on Twitter, and just reaching past Twitter, of course, but mainly that's where I see it personally.
Yeah, there are a lot of girls who play Yu-Gi-Oh online. Like at my shop, I was the only one. There was one more girl who played like a casual Red Eyes deck. And she was awesome. I freaking loved her. And so, yeah.
Awesome.
So,
before we go to JC's next question, let's just go through the chat because I feel like we missed quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Artist with Afro is here. Hello, humans. Let's see.
Nice
Unfound
name.
is here as well. Oh, I said that already. My life is a jest. I wish my parents were proud of me for playing Yu-Gi-Oh. This is really funny because I tell my mom constantly how many subscribers I got. Yeah, cause like, and she always says the next time you hit like your next layer of 100 subscribers, you have to treat everybody out for dinner. And since I recently hit 300, so I have to go and treat them out to dinner sometime. I have no idea when, but yeah. And Delilah says, I'm sorry in advance for following my account.
for what?
Because JC said that he follows Delilah closely on Twitter, and she said sorry for her account.
Oh, okay, got it.
And the Death Machine is here as well. Hello, what is up? What is up? And
Let's talk about Subterror. No, I'm kidding.
no.
Okay.
Now it's time for the Subterror deck profile.
We're just kidding with you, man. Don't hate
good.
us.
We all have those moments and those decks. So
Definitely.
It's all hyperbole at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, I hate math mechs. I hate math mechs because whenever I play on Dueling Nexus, the AI just messes me up, and I can't do anything about it. But anyway, let's move on to the next question, shall we?
So I will say this question, I literally, you did a very good job, Zara, of like literally describing your like journey of decks. But I have in front of me my question, and I did the research to start it with Gravekeepers, Salamandrates, and now Cyber Dragons. So I did do the research and I found the timeline. What do you look for in a deck? Slash like what makes you like playing it? Like why do you choose the decks that you gravitate towards?
Okay, so combo decks are too hard. I cannot remember what the hell, like, oh, summon this guy and then the galaxy and then the freaking like chaos. Like, I don't know. I just played Dragon Links and I just watched them. I was just like, how the hell do you remember all those steps? Like, I cannot freaking do that. And then like, I just can't handle combo decks. It's too hard. I don't have the memory to do that. And I like my whole life when it comes to making a decision, I take a very long time. Like if we went out to eat, I would spend a very long time trying to figure it out. And so imagine anytime you have to make a decision in Yu-Gi-Oh, you have that delay as I try to figure it out. And so the more like steps you have, the more combos, and the longer it's gonna take. And then your opponent's just like, "What the heck?" And then I'm like, "What the heck?" So that's why I kind of Salamangreat. Though I think I would be better at it now today than a couple months ago. But I do like control decks. Not like there's like a spectrum, right? Like not to Mystic Mind, Field Bearer, Solemn Judgment 3 sets. Like you know, not like that. But right now I started playing Invoked, Shadal, Dragma.
Yeah. It depends on which format, but we can go with Jagma.
Yeah. So like I like that one because the combos are really short, and it is controlling, but it's not all control. It's like in the middle. And so I really like that deck because it's a lot easier for me to do. So as long as it's not like too complicated plays, I think it's funny to stop the opponent from doing what they want. That's probably why I enjoyed Gravekeepers for so long. Just like put down Necro Valley and watch them suffer. So I think I had that in my roots, but I don't want to go on full control deck. I want something like in the middle. So, yeah.
That makes sense. The only long combos I find value in memorizing, I say that in quotes because obviously like I'm very bad at memorizing things too, is like the very generic ones that you know will get like hit on the ban list soon or something, that like you can just splash in any deck so that way you can remember it once and just put it in everything. But yeah, I agree. I can't handle like actual like combo decks like Dragon Link and stuff because that's just too much to remember and too much to mess up into. There's too many opportunities to get it wrong along the way.
Just like if your turn like takes 10 minutes, it's just like that's too much for me. Like a turn might take 10 minutes, but it would just be me trying to figure out what to do. So that kind of thing. Also, I like art. I like artwork a lot. Like I feel like dinosaurs would be fun, but I don't like the artwork. No offense, dino people, but I enjoy like Shadals. I like Salamangreat. I like Gravekeepers. I love Cyber Dragon art.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love how many different ways they can make a mechanical snake dragon thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, what made you want to become a creator in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene? Because we know that it's, you know, it can be polarizing sometimes. You know, people will either love you or just never look at you. So, you know, what made you want to be part of the space?
Well, definitely started with a Twitter, and I just wanted to make jokes. Like that's all I cared about. And it's just like people wouldn't really get it if I did it on my main accounts, and so I just started this one. And then like, it was really just about the jokes. Like, and then it kind of got a little bit bigger, like with the YouTube videos, it's like, oh, this is more opportunities for jokes, like different kinds of jokes. So I started doing that. And then the streaming I kind of did more because like I thought it would be really fun because like at least when I'm streaming, it feels like I'm kind of just hanging out with my friends, like we're all in the same room type of thing. And then I definitely don't take it very seriously because it's just like I'm not gonna compete with those people that play hardcore meta, needle fiber, freaking all the OP cards in one deck, adamants. Like I'm not gonna compete with them. I don't have that skill level. It's more just about having fun. And so that's kind of just whatever I kind of think about is just like, am I having fun while doing this? And if it is fun, then I would definitely want to continue doing it. So yeah,
That's cool, and that's respectable too. Because like, I have a very bad problem where I'm always competitive in everything that I feel like I want to do. And as soon as I heard about $100, $120 lightning storms, and that's a must, and $100 pot of extravagance, and that's a must, and all this other stuff that's super expensive, and you need to have those to compete, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm a hermit. I don't like talking to people." So yeah.
Yeah, spending money on Yu-Gi-Oh is quite the challenge. I mean, I just bought like a $60 Dark Magician Pro card, but that's only because I think it's gonna go up, and then I'll sell it for more money, and then I'll make it back. Really, I should probably learn about stocks and invest in that versus investing in like a Dark Magician Girl card. But like, hey, meet me where I'm at. Okay, meet me where I'm at. But yeah, it's just like that's the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that I feel like for you to be really competitive, you have to put in a lot of money into the game. Definitely. And I'm just not comfortable doing that. It's like, I mean, I just got a job. I just finished my master's and got a job that pays okay. So I could, in theory, spend more money on getting good Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, but like, you buy a freaking like $600 deck, and then it gets hit on the ban list, and then your cards are all worthless, and then you have to start over and pick a new, like, it's so much time and money that, like, I don't feel comfortable giving all that up, So, that's kind of why I keep it more casual, and that's why I will never make it big, because I don't want to spend money on Yu-Gi-Oh! Cardboard.
Yeah, I definitely have that sort of issue with spending a lot of money, but only when I'm buying singles. Like I don't want to spend $100 on one piece of cardboard. I'd rather spend $100 on a whole box of cardboard. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and then maybe get or not get what I want to what I'm looking for. But yeah. Anyway, King Scarlet has joined the chat. What's up? He says that this is dope. Thank you.
Hey, check out his videos. His skits are actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I need to go check it out.
Too.
Yeah.
So if you like podcasts or listening to this, then check his out afterwards. I see it on Spotify. I'm sure it's on other platforms, but that's the one I've viewed.
Hey, Scarlett, I want to be on your podcast. Who's gonna self-advertise? Clearly, I can do it. I don't know how well I'm doing it, but I can do it. So yeah.
Let's see. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the Death Machine asks, what would you say is your favorite OTK deck? Well, mine right now is Access Code Talker OTK. I love link climbing in a Code Talker deck because it's so easy. Because you just have to put one thing down and then you just go into Code Talker Inverted and then Decode or Transcode and then you go all the way up into Access Code. Then you slap them real hard. And yeah. Let's see. Delilah says, I think it's more important that we recognize the casual side of play. I feel like we focus too hard on the meta and only what means that. That's true. That is actually why I called the channel Casual Card Gamer, because I didn't feel like I had the brain cell capacity to compete at the highest level. So, yeah. Let's see. Am I the only one that feels like the community among creators has been at its best this year? I don't have too much of an input on this because I only started like end of March, so I don't know how the landscape was like the year before. If you guys have any like input on that, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea.
I started so I've had an Instagram the same time I've had my channel, which is like a year and a half now. And of course, like I've watched Yugitube before that, but I wasn't like part of any kind of creator circle or anything like this, like the actual community. But I started my Twitter early this year, I want to say, and that's when I actually started like feeling like a part of the community, because Instagram is just like posting a picture. I don't know, it's not very interactive like this is, but I have no basis to base this off of prior like you guys, but I will agree that it does feel very good. Like I don't know, as long as you surround yourself with good people, and there are quite a few good people in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Like I mentioned earlier, though, it sucks that there's a very vocal minority that is bad, that often is
Yes.
the ones most recognized.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that I do think that those kinds of that minority is sort of the Thanos of every community. They are inevitable. Like you'll never not have them anywhere you go, but you know, just focus on the good stuff, right? Like just take the good and the bad. Guys,
And
I'm
kind of getting to know some of the big Yugitubers like Team APS.
Mhm.
I talk to them sometimes,
That's cool.
and you know, I've talked to Nim Nim. I have Team Samurai followed me after I made a meme about his
nice.
face. So that was cool. But like, I'm like getting to know people, and actually a lot of them are really nice people. So that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
So we just gotta continue with that sort of thing.
I want to say literally just a 10-second aside. I know Team Sam is one of the most vocally not hated, but whenever like something on like Reddit pops up or something like Yugitubers you don't like, he's often one mentioned because of his like hype. But I've always been such a fan of him from like almost a marketing standpoint. I don't know. I just I don't think he deserves the hate that I see sometimes on like those like threads on different social media that's like people you just don't like or something like that. So I'm glad to know that he is a little nicer behind the scenes. I've heard that as well. Like I know Team APS did like an interview with him a while back, and he seemed cool when it's like more chill as opposed to like yo best deck and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my little side thing about Team Sam for the day.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. I enjoy his videos. I love his energy. Like,
yeah.
Like, you need that energy in a freaking pandemic. You need him to be like, Tier 0 Gravekeeper's deck! Even though you know that's not real, but like, you need that. So, I don't know. And he freaking won. Like, he just won that World Remote Duel.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyone who says anything bad about him can go suck it. So,
yeah. Definitely.
I hope I can say that on this podcast.
It's fine. I don't know if it's
Do
just.
you see the lag?
Yeah,
I'm. We're.
Yeah, you guys are
we'll
frozen
wait for him
right
to
now.
come back. Let me join the chat real quick. The Death Machine added me saying, "What if I told you Yugi No, who inspired me to become a Yugituber, is one of my subscribers?" That's super cool. I actually won a giveaway from him a while back, and he subscribed to me as well. Not to take that. That's definitely very cool. I don't mean to be like, oh, he's also subscribed to me, but he's a super nice guy. I've talked to him privately on Twitter in the past, and he's definitely one of the good ones as well, that are bigger and also like genuine seeming, you know, because sometimes there's a wall when someone gets too big to where you don't know if it's all a persona or not. But yeah, he's definitely super cool also. And I see Jello's back.
Am I back?
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I could hear you guys, but your videos were paused, so I had we're frozen, so I had no idea what was going on. I was thinking, should I end the call? That'll sort of ruin the show. But anyway, thank goodness we got it back.
This podcast was sponsored by Zoom. Thank you, Zoom.
Thanks,
Or maybe
thanks Zoom.
Skype. Yeah, we were sponsored by Skype.
Yeah, I wish we were. Skype needs to send us an easy way to use. I think it's like Skype Business or something because I have no idea how to use Skype.
Yeah,
But yeah. Anyway, TCG Tally is here. What is up? What is up? What is up? He is one of my my hero gurus. I love watching his stuff. And just as a side as well, I love listening to different accents. I used to teach in Vietnam for a year, and I loved listening to all the different accents of the people that were there. So it's really nice to hear, you know, like how
Cool.
two different people can say the same thing in two completely different ways. But anyway, I just wanted to throw in one very light question, Zara. So I started playing. I've got my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck as soon as it came out. The Yugi one, the Yugi starter deck, and I played with my cousins all the time, and then I stopped at around 2009. Now there is a bit of like, if you guys are part of Classic Fans, Yu-Gi-Oh Classic Fans Forever on Facebook,
Yep.
there is a bit of a divide of people that no pendulums, no Xyz, no links, no hand traps, kind of thing. Personally, I don't mind because I like adaptation, but do you consider yourself like a Yugi boomer? Because those are what those people are called sometimes.
I would say, like, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm 31. If you not usually look it, but I would say age-wise, I am a Yugi boomer because I'm old compared to all these friggin' like 19-year-olds that I've become friends with. Like, I hope it's not weird as a 31-year-old I'm friends with a bunch of college kids. Yeah, some girl messaged me yesterday and she wanted to play, and I was just like, I don't know, she was using language like POG and like KEK.
Keck W.
Yeah, that. And I was just like, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 17, and like, I didn't have the heart to tell her that I didn't want to talk to her anymore because I don't want to talk to minors. I don't know, I feel like if I played Animal Crossing, I would just stand outside my Animal Crossing home and yell at people to get off my lawn. I think that's what I would do. No, okay, seriously. Yeah, but I would say I don't have like the thoughts of Yugi boomers. Like, I'm totally okay with X-Deck, except maybe pendulums, but you barely see those anyway, so
Yeah.
I just have to make sure I hit the scales, and then that's it. But anyway, so I would say, like, I am a Yugi boomer, but I wouldn't say I have, like, Yugi boomer ideas. Like, I would say I'm pretty progressive, you know. I'm a
That's good.
progressive Yugi boomer.
That's good to know.
Yeah, and I mean, also, I think if I did look my age, I probably just wouldn't play this game. It's like, it would be really weird seeing a 31-year-old grown woman playing with college kids, so, yeah.
That makes sense.
That's me.
All right, and with that, we have finished the getting to know fifth rate duelist portion of the show. Unless JC, you want to add anything?
I spent so much time crafting my two questions. I'm afraid those were my only two questions. But so no, I have nothing else to add.
All right. Let's see. Oh, I actually there's this one really good question from someone named KR. So, do you think there's a cap to what kind of videos can be made in the Yugitube genre of content, and do you ever see yourselves moving outside of that? So just as a little dive into what other things I do actually write my own music, and I do play music. That was one of my first jobs when I moved out, and I do have a very very small just cover channel where I used to post up covers of me horribly singing songs because I never liked the way that I sound. But yeah, I definitely think that there is sort of a limit to where, like how creative you can be in this space. But I do think that the same thing can be said for, every genre of every genre of content. So yeah, I definitely can see myself moving out if I do feel like I've run my course, and I'm dropping 10 subs every day and people don't want to watch me anymore. I'll go, okay, back to music I go. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't see any problem with that. And by the way, King Scarlet, I'm also 25, so that's nice. Anyway, what about you guys? What do you think on that?
Um, I actually, funny enough, I asked a very similar question to Team APS on like a Q&A that they actually answered on one of their videos a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like, do you ever feel constricted with your content, trying to focus it on Yu-Gi-Oh? And they were like, they come up with the idea, and then afterwards they're like, how can we like Yu-Gi-Oh-fy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think there is a cap, because how Zara mentioned, like, she's not like gonna just do Yu-Gi-Oh stand up, right? Because not everyone will understand it, and that's the same thing with all kinds of like content in general. You can't just put Yu-Gi-Oh within and expect it to be super mainstream. But I don't know, I feel like the Yu-Gi-Oh landscape is changing always with the boom of like smaller tubers or like smaller creators getting into it, like Nim Nim bringing sealed only over from, like, I believe it was from the Magic the Gathering scene or something like that, and then like that caused so many people, successfully so, making sealed only content where it used to just be deck profiles and like openings, right? Which I mainly do because it's a comfortable thing to do. Even as simple as how Zara does her openings in a unique manner that isn't so focused on like the price, and it's more what is it, like personality driven and stuff like that. Like there are so many interpretations of like the same static stuff that Yugitube often's focused on, that it's bigger than you'd expect. And to answer the question, because this is kind of a tangent that I just went on, I do see myself reaching out. I literally make this channel just to teach myself like video editing and stuff, because I think that's useful and it's fun to do. And I'm a communication major, so I can bring that to more like different companies to maybe advertise for them or something like that, and have some stuff under my belt. But yeah, so I think that answers the question from my end. Or that's all I have to say about that.
Awesome. And what about you, Zara?
I don't know. Like, I haven't really gotten into the groove of making Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Like, I have ideas, but kind of like maybe I can hear from you guys. I have a video I made about sexism in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I filmed it a couple of times. I'm just like, maybe if I make it funnier, like it'll get less resistance. But like, I'm just kind of like hesitant because there's a lot of negative people in Yu-Gi-Oh, and so I feel like if I post it, I'm gonna have people like getting really negative or criticizing me, being like, "There's no sexism in Yu-Gi-Oh!" or "We don't want you here," stuff like that, that sort of thing. And so I feel like if I were to stop making YouTube videos, it'd be like if I didn't see the growth, and also if I didn't see like my target population, then it would be like, okay, I'll just move on to something else instead of trying to like make it whenever the resistance is there. I don't know whether a woman content creator can really make it big. Like, can I have 500,000 subscribers? I don't really know. I think at this rate, no. And with the content I provide, no. So I think I looked at my stats, and like the people who like watch my YouTube videos are like mostly males that are like 25 to like 30 or something like that. And so I was like hoping that I would reach more female Yu-Gi-Oh players and be, able to connect with them. But it's like women aren't even watching my videos, so it's just kind of like, I'm like, what's the point of making a sexism video if like no women are watching my videos? Like, then I'm just gonna get attacked by guys. So like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I post it? I don't know.
I think so. I have two things to go with what you just said. The first thing is, I think to reference back how you just like mentioned, like we just talked about how some of the bigger creators are like nice. I think they're on the same page in terms of like sexism definitely does exist in Yu-Gi-Oh. And I don't want to put words in the mouths of the audience here, but I think the majority of at least our audience would back you up. I would back you up. I know Jello would. Yeah, I understand. I noticed. I forgot the tweet exactly. I think it was Tracy Cakes tweeting about how she did like a 2019 versus 2020 Megaton opening, but she was hesitant to post it because Team Sam like did like the Megaton like timeline
the whole
or whatever.
timeline, yeah.
Yeah, and people were saying, "Oh, I'll back you up," but then she was like, "But there still be like buttholes that will like say bad things." I don't know how much we can curse on your channel, Jello. That's why I said buttholes, but
it's okay.
I understand like literally one bad comment or one crazy person ruins it, even though there will be people backing you up. But I think it's important, especially coming from a girl, of course, in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, from having firsthand experience. And I've actually noticed, thinking about I think when I was writing your questions, I didn't know if I wanted to mention like sexism in Yu-Gi-Oh exactly as like one of your questions, but I noticed every big Yugituber, all of them that have like a lot of subscribers, there is a difference in like race and stuff. Like it's not just like white guys and stuff. There's actually quite like Team APS, Team Sam, like Simply Unlucky, like all of them. Like there's like, I don't think the biggest thing is gender, kind of, that you don't see representation of, which is very interesting, and I think that should be brought up because I think that's the biggest issue we have in Yu-Gi-Oh in terms of like differences in people. Because like I said, like of course, like as a white guy, I don't want to speak like, oh, like racism doesn't exist in Yu-Gi-Oh, but there is representation for like race in Yu-Gi-Oh, but they're all guys at the end of the day that are seeing any kind of large subscriber amount. So that I think ultimately, to answer your question, I think the sexism video is good, and you should post it, and I will back that up.
Yeah.
All right.
And I am of the same opinion, to be honest, because like it is natural to feel scared to post something up, especially when you don't see anybody else in the space doing it. But it does have the ability to create a ripple effect, right? Because you don't know if people don't do it because they don't want to, or they don't do it because they're scared to. And once people start following the trend, if you start the trend and then people start coming out with it, then it becomes more of a visual issue, right? Because like JC said, the representation, like you can go to a locals and you will find female players there, and they will be playing and they will be kicking guys' asses like it's nothing, right? But when it comes especially to content creation and stuff, you do tend to see a lot more guys doing it. But I don't think you should be. Well, I mean, I can't say, don't be scared, just do it. But it's like it's okay to have that fear because you are the first one to do it, right? But like don't have that fear and then not do it because you don't know what will happen. But have the fear, do it, and then we'll all be with you to live up to the consequences of whatever happens to that sort of movement. And the chat seems to agree. So don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny because the tweet I put about, I guess to come full circle, the tweet I put about, what was it? About the 140 character, like Yu-Gi-Oh cards should be 140 characters or whatever. I wrote that like a week ago, but I was like, oh, if I post this, like, people are gonna be annoying, or people aren't really gonna get it. What if people are offended? And then today I was like, F it, and I just like posted it, and like it got a lot of circulation, which is like pretty cool. And it did get some people who were upset, but I mean, I guess I gotta learn to ignore those people, because at the end of the day, like, I think a lot of people found that really funny. And
I found it funny.
Important. Yeah. I was about to say important, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know that important, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, King Scarlet says, anybody with a brain and a heart will back you up. Everyone else can go play Mystic Mine on islands by themselves. I play Mystic Mine.
Really?
I play Mystic Mine in my sealed only deck. Mystic Mine Heroes. It's one of the funniest things to watch. But Anyway, we are nearing the end of our allotted Zara time hour before she up and leaves the the
I was
show.
kidding. We can go a little bit longer.
Okay.
It's totally cool.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, talk as quickly as possible about the Dragons of Legend complete series. So the leaks were posted up this morning. All of unlike Legendary Duelist Season 1, the promo cards that you get in secret are all of the preview cards that you'll be getting. They won't be in the actual pack anymore. And all the reprints will be ultras. All of the for the foil reprints are ultras. There are no secrets in the set. You get the really nice die, which I really like.
Yeah.
And
that's my most excited thing that I'm looking forward to is the die.
Yeah, and I know both of you don't care for tunes, but I love tunes, and I've been sitting on a semi-complete tune deck for months now because I don't want to spend $60 on a single Toon Kingdom. But I did watch PPG's display box opening, so that was 8 of the little ones, and they only pulled 1 Toon Kingdom. So I'm guessing that this thing got short printed into the ground as per usual, which pisses me off. But there's nothing I can do. There's nothing that I can do. Anyway, and yeah, that is it. The secrets look beautiful, by the way.
Yeah,
XC's import looks beautiful. I'm definitely going to use that in something because it looks really fun.
I love me some secrets.
I know, especially when they come in. That's why I love the side sets. You always get a secret. Even if it sucks. Yeah. Secret foiling just looks so good.
Well, remember the side sets are now being like Toon Chaos.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Where it's just the ultras. Collector's rares look nice, but of course the chance of getting them for sure. But I also, about secrets and this set in particular, the 2 cards that are for the Charmer structure deck. The wind and the water one?
Yeah, Rasen Ryu and I believe it was Gagagigo.
Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't remember those for the life of me. But I like that they're secrets because mentioning how Zara said that artwork is always important when choosing a deck. The Charmer's artwork with the colors, I just love the color palette of like each element and stuff. So the fact that they're getting like main deck support in Secret Rare is honestly the best part about Dragons of Legend. The what is this called? The Complete Series?
Complete Series, yeah.
The Complete Series. I like how they're making things television based now. How it's like Season 1, Season 2 of Legendary Duelist, and this is the Complete Series. But the die and the preview cards, I think, are the things, because I don't really have any attachment to like what was it, the Seal of Orichalcos story arc. That's what a lot of the cards are and stuff, harkening towards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I freaking love Season 4. That's my favorite season of Yu-Gi-Oh, hands down.
Are you going to be picking up
cool.
Are you going to be picking up a box of this stuff, like one of the?
Apparently, when does it come out?
Next week, Friday.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I just bought a bunch of tins, so I'll just go back and freaking maybe get that Dark Magician Girl if they have any more.
Yeah, and then sell the other. you just automatically flip it.
Are they 15 each?
Yeah, they should be the same price. They should be the same price as thing, because the whole I wouldn't say marketing scheme, but the whole format of the set is the same as Legendary Duelist, so I don't see them changing the prices. And
so just 2 of those.
Yeah,
could be good for the Lost Art probably.
Yeah. And yeah, because the pre-orders came up for $15 each, so they shouldn't be any higher than that. And just an interesting note that I saw, they have both arts of Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight in there. So they have the original one and the new alternate art, which I found really confusing at first. When I first saw them open it, I said, "Isn't that the old art? is the new art a secret?" And no. So you will either get the new art or the old art as an ultra. So
nice.
Yeah.
I really want that card.
Yeah. The new art or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty good too. I think I'm going to be using her in my my dark Magician Dragoon deck.
Nice.
Anyway, let's skip over that because that's already sort of been spoiled. Let's move into our hopes and dreams for the future of this game. So, in our initial meeting, we talked about our hopes and dreams, our hopes for the future of the community, for products, and the state of the game. If you guys wanted to talk about the ban list, we could do that. Just one card each of you have in mind. We'll go in a circle, and then just blurt out one.
Nothing's gonna get banned.
Nothing's gonna get banned. Do you want anything to come off?
I want to free Malicious because I got my friend's a hero player, so let's free Malicious. Okay?
Yes.
They don't even have a negate, so
Yeah.
let's give him Malicious back.
I was going to. I literally pulled up the ban list because I was like, nothing off the top of my head's really screaming at me. But then I remembered the one card that I want to go from 1 to 3 is the name's escaping me right now, but the Monarch spell card. That is their draw. Pantheism.
Oh, okay.
Monarchs have not done anything for a very long time. They got Aether off the ban list a while ago now. I think it was 2 or 3 lists ago, and that's their only card. They're only I don't think anything's on the ban list that directly would affect them. That's not part of their archetype, but that's the only archetype card left that I think would add some consistency. We have Dogmatica now, the next extra deck killing, not using the extra deck but not actually in a way.
Yeah.
Which is just a power crept monarchs basically. I don't know. That's just the only one that I personally want to see come back off the top of my head at least.
Okay. So I can't think of anything that's actually important off the top of my head. But I do think that it would be hilarious if they moved all the Exodia pieces to semi-limited. That'd be hilarious to see what people might do with it, because
they would start playing Mystic Mind. That's what would happen.
Just sit on it and then just draw. Not even use draw cards. Just play Mystic Mind normal and just have the 10 cards of Exodia in the deck. That's the issue, though. Not to get into it too much with math and stuff, but it's just a bunch of bricks in your deck.
Yeah.
When you're running multiple copies of just a bunch of normal monsters.
Yeah.
So that's why random other Chicken Game is on the ban list and stuff, because it's very easy to. It's those cards that you have to worry about. But I think it's more flavor or lore at this point that they're all limited.
That makes sense.
That's just. It shows how powerful Exodia is. Since it isn't too powerful in the actual game.
Yeah. Can you imagine drawing the head of Exodia, the Exodia the Forbidden One, and then 2 left legs and then 2 right legs? Have you seen that one parody video where Yugi just brings out this messed up Exodia and it just glitches out? Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
No?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Later,
but
I love Yu-Gi-Oh, the animations and just parodies and stuff. Those are always good to binge on YouTube.
Yeah.
When I'm not feeling Yugitube content per se.
Mm-hmm. So set futures or the future of product. So I do want to go first on this because we have seen the vocal frustration on Twitter about not getting enough of a certain product, and right now that is Dark Magician Girl, the Lost Art. And I do think that I don't think it was very fair on Konami's part, unless they have their own hand in the secondary market bucket, pulling money out we printed an extra 100 of these, let's go make $100 off of each. Right?
Not Konami,
that's their name, not Konami. But yeah, what do you guys think on the future of sets? Because we have the side sets changing format into the Toon Chaos thing. We have shorting of promo cards. Do you guys have any fears for the future?
I have fears when it comes to the special editions not being a thing anymore. Because so far we haven't seen what's happening with that. What was it? Eternity Code was the last special edition, or was that the first that didn't?
That was the first that didn't have it.
It didn't, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously Eternity Code hasn't come out too long ago, but we have gotten Rise of the Duelist since then, and we should have, in theory, gotten Eternity Code Special Edition in between there,
Yeah.
based on like historically. So I get the Megatins are basically the special edition, with like different rarities and stuff,
Hmm.
and I guess I'm okay with that if that's the best they can do with like reprinting core product, other than like randomly taking like the Gaia support from Rise of the Duelist and putting it in a set like 4 years from now that like gives some new Gaia support. But I don't know. I think they're doing really good but also really bad in some aspects. Like I like the Legendary Duelist seasons. I like the complete series Dragons of Legend for people to get access to the cards, even if I'm personally like not caring about what's in the sets. But they're also doing backwards stuff. Like I know in the chat, Golden Nova Yugioh mentioned it hurts the new rarity changes in the side sets, like with it being rares and ultras and collectors rares, and that's like honestly on the top of my list of things I don't like, because how else are we going to get like randomly bad archetypes that have like high rarity,
Hmm.
because like for a fact if Nephis got like printed in a main set, they would only be common, right? Like but no, it's like secrets and supers, and I don't know, I think that's a missed opportunity that we won't get in the future if they continue to just be rares and ultras for those sets.
All right. And Yuzara, any input on future product?
I just
Hope.
want to be able to afford to play this game. That
Yeah.
is it. I really like my new Dragon Chagall Invoke deck, but I'm not buying anything right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not until the banlist has come out and we're back and we're playing in person, because I know it's going to be really expensive. I hope that prices don't go up when things go back to normal.
Hmm.
I think there are plenty of people playing in person, but I just want to be able to afford to play this game without feeling guilty about it.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
And hopes for the community. Anyone want to go first? We did have
You're
something
driving.
before. Me? Okay.
You're driving.
So we did have that. One meme that surfaced recently. I can't believe you guys are making me do this. I'm gonna sound like the ass. Oh, I swore on my channel for the first time. That's awesome.
Oh no.
I feel so bad. But
No,
anyway.
it's
so hard.
you can say it on TV, so you're
Okay.
good to go.
Perfect. Anyway, I don't think we have any kids watching. So we did have that one meme that came out that did sort of, play off of the stereotype of, female players having different approaches to the game as male players, and the reception to it, as with many things, was very polarizing. We did have some people who found it funny, and then we had people that didn't find it funny, and then there was a follow-up tweet that I don't have much knowledge on it because I never saw it. If you guys would like to take the wheel, that's sort of the end of my my knowledge on the subject.
This is so awkward.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
So there was a meme, and we're not gonna say from who because I don't want to start that at all. There was this meme where it was basically a boys versus girls meme, where they presented girls as like being very like kind of docile, didn't take the game very seriously, compared to guys who would like kill someone to win. And so, personally, I didn't think it was really that big of a deal. I felt like, okay, you are stereotyping girls as like not taking this game seriously, which is annoying. But I'm also a female comedian, and I've heard plenty worse things. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll move on my day. But I saw one dude. He was like, this isn't okay. There's a lot of sexism in the community, and saying that girls don't take this game seriously is actually something really negative and harmful. And so I retweeted him because I was like, I like you. You're cool. I support you doing that. But unfortunately, the person that made the meme was like, "Oh, apologies. Here's a new one," and then he did the girls versus boys, except the girls was empty and the boys was the same, to say that girls don't play this game. And I felt like that was like sexist, and I felt like that guy just kind of outed himself as a sexist person because, like, I mean, I didn't have any doubts before, and now I'm like, okay, this guy is, clearly has a problem with women. It's just like, um, I just feel like I make a lot of jokes. Me and my accounts make a lot of jokes. Like, you have to take responsibility for what you do, because I will say that you don't know if something's funny until you put it out there, and as a result, you're gonna say things that are not okay at times. So then it's up to you to have the appropriate reaction, that sort of thing. I felt like, and I felt bad for that guy that stood up for us, because people started attacking him and saying, "What's wrong with you? It's just a meme," making him feel bad. And it's just like, no, this person is just expressing their opinion. I have people tell me, they don't think my stuff is funny, or they don't get the joke or whatever. And it's just like, okay, all right, I'll move on my day. But yeah, I would say that he kind of outed himself on that one. And so it's like, my reaction is not going to be talking to him about it. It's like, clearly you're not a safe person, you are not into this. So I just muted him and moved on with my day. So yeah, that's, I guess, a woman's perspective.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, we did really want to talk to you about it because, you are part of you were part of the discussion at the time, I believe, or like, it did sort of attack. Not that I wouldn't say attack. It just, I can't find the right verb to show that it affected the female player base, but we did think that it was sort of relevant to go on. But anyway, I guess the TLDR of that is, be nice. Come on. Don't type on Twitter with your butt, please. That's the last thing we need. Twitter smelling like poo-poo and looking like poo-poo at the same time. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, this is definitely PG-13.
Yeah, I'm trying as much as possible. I'm trying
to keep a consistent rating at least.
Yeah. But anyway, we are at an hour and 12 minutes. I believe this is the little extra limit, and I don't want to keep you guys for too long. I know that you guys have other things to do. So, do you have any parting words for our amazing chat that we were not able to get to fully this week? We are sorry that we weren't able to, but we will try our best to next time. Let's start with Zara.
Thank you so much for coming out. Like, that's super cool that you are here supporting, and it's fun. I feel like when there's a chat, it's like you kind of have friends there, and you guys are my friends, I think.
Yeah.
It'd be an awkward way to find out if we weren't friends. But anyway, yeah, thank you so much. And, you can follow me on Rate Duelist with a 5. And if you have any questions, or if you want me to send you that meme we talked about for like 5 minutes without really explaining it, go ahead. I will send it to you. So, yeah.
You, JC?
I will say thank you guys in the chat. This is more lively than usual, which I'm glad to see. Of course, that shows growth, and also that shows the fans and friends of Zara coming in to support her, and by extension support us. So thank you everyone for showing up tonight. Thank you, Zara, our first guest. Literally on Twitter, when Jello brought up the podcast, you were like, "Hey, can I be on it?" And that means a lot. As a starting off podcast, it's always good to have people want to be on a podcast with us. And I think this was a very good conversation. Personally, I had a lot of fun as well with this. So thank you.
Yeah. And something that JC did not mention was that we were super scared to talk to you in the beginning because we had no idea how to approach you. But we are glad that we took the jump, we took the leap, and I had a lot of fun. This past hour and almost 20 minutes talking with you guys. It's always fun to get to know people in the space, especially when you're trying to build a network as well. You know, not just for marketing sake, but for friendship. You know. But yeah. Anyway.
You sound like Taya. You're giving a friendship speech.
Yeah. Gotta draw the smiley face on our hands, guys. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot something in real quick to the chat, guys. Tomorrow I am starting, either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm starting my next sealed only deck. It'll be Salamangrates for those people who haven't watched last week's solo stream of mine. So keep tuned for that. Don't forget to follow all three of us on all of our socials, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. They are all on the screen. If you guys didn't notice, then I'd have no idea what you guys were looking at. But thank you so much for coming out. I am Jello, the casual card gamer. With me, JC Theater Yu-Gi-Oh! And 5th Rate Duelist Zarakan. And that is it for this week's In the Yugi No. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.